Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hello. Welcome to
Good morning, Tawanda.
WTF. This is Working Together Fridays. I'm Twanda Hill. I'm the host for today, and we're joined with Pam Furlong and Lynn Ruby. Good morning to our guests out there. We so appreciate you joining us on the third Friday of each month. Let's just do a little housekeeping. Yvonne, you have your hand up. Is that intentional? I just lowered it. If you have a question, please type it in the question box. The rest of you on the phone, why don't you tell me what the weather is like? I keep hearing that there is a weather explosion, a heat explosion all over the country. For this webinar, I happen to be located in Seattle, Washington, so the heat has hit every place but here. So if you can hear, please go ahead and let us know. Yvonne, you've raised your hand again. So let's see. Is there a question? Okay.
I don't see any questions. Can everybody hear us? I know Tawanda's breaking up a little bit, so that might be part of the problem. But just tell us in the question box what you're hearing, if anything. Thanks. Oh, yes, we can hear you. Okay. Chris says, yes, we can hear you.
Wonderful.
Good deal.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start. Well, welcome to work.
Tawanda really breaking up. Yeah. So.
Really? All of a sudden I'm breaking up. Let's see what I can do to fix that issue. Let's go to my audio. While I'm working on my...
Tawanda?
Yes?
Do you see the messages that you're really breaking up?
I'm Pam Furlong, and of course, there we go. There's the next slide. Are you back, Twanda?
I am. Can you hear me, or am I still breaking up?
We hear you.
Yes. Hear you, and you sound good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we can't see you, but I think that's okay. We'd rather hear what you have to say.
Okay, so thank you guys for your patience. Okay, so did you guys go through this slide already?
Nope, not yet.
Okay,
no, we didn't.
Welcome everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Nothing like live webinars and workshops. This Working Together Friday, we offer this once a month. It's usually the third Friday, and it's normally at 9 a.m. Arizona time. So even though we happen to be local most of the time, you can be anywhere. We put together this Working Together Fridays for constant contact trialers, some new folks that are coming on, and as well as some older folks who've had their subscription for a while, maybe have some questions, and we just want to be here to answer your questions. So, okay, glad that one wasn't me. So,
I'm going to mute myself. Okay, it's gone.
Okay, so we're here to help support you. We're going to keep you up to date. We provide specific answers to questions that you send us. And the earlier you send in your questions, the more likelier it is that we'll have time to answer it. And we really encourage you to send them in early, because that way we're able to put some slides to it in the deck, so that at the end of this webinar, we're going to actually send you the deck, and we're going to send you a copy of the whole audio visual recording, so you can review it and get those questions answered. So normally when we start out, we introduce ourselves. I'm Twanda Hill. Lynn and Pam, why don't you say a little bit about who you are?
Good morning. This is Pam Furlong, and I'm from Tucson, and I'm an area local expert for Tucson, well, for Arizona, but my primary area is Tucson, Arizona.
Wonderful. Lynn?
I'm Lynn Ruby. I am the constant contact authorized local expert in Arizona, primarily in the Phoenix and East Valley area. And Ruby Marketing Systems, good to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, we're going to get this started. So normally we start with a email marketing tip, but I wanted to make everybody aware on the phone who has a constant contact account that there's a product upgrade that's coming in, And I'm going to see if I can actually show this video first. So bear with me. I just like technology. And so, you know, the more we add to it, it started. So listen up.
Now there's an even easier way for you to send email and more from Constant Contact. With our updated experience, we've made it simple to find all the tools you need when you need them to both save you time and get you results with your marketing. Let's take a deeper look at the updates. Right away, you'll notice that while the homepage in the current experience has information bucketed for each campaign type, the updated experience homepage shows all your most recent work together in one area. Plus, it highlights your most recent results, making it easier to see the information that matters most right away. We've also streamlined the campaign creation process. No matter what you're looking to do, from sending a newsletter to collecting donations, we've brought it all together in one place. Just click on Create to see all of the campaign types we offer. You'll find all of your old favorites. And keep in mind that even if you decide you don't need these campaign types right now, they're still available to test out, and you can always purchase a one-time Plus campaign or upgrade to the Email Plus plan when you need to send. You'll find all of your emails and other campaigns through the Campaign tab, and you can filter them by status or type, while the Reporting tab allows you to easily see trends in your overall marketing, as well as gives you the option to dive into the details. Not to mention the Contacts and Library tabs, where you'll find the same great tools you're already used to using. We've made it easier to manage your account as well. Click the account icon. You'll see all your options to review or change your package plan, access billing statements and manage user roles, as well as change key settings for your campaigns as a whole. It's all in one place. With the updated experience, you'll find it's even easier than ever for you to create and send beautiful emails, manage your contacts, grow your lists, and see your results.
All right. Let's get back. Okay. So hopefully that made sense to everyone, and you can see there are some new changes. They call this new product experience the third generation editor, and a couple things I wanted you to be aware of is that it's going to provide you with a simpler approach to creating those emails. It's all of the templates are mobile responsive, and the campaigns work in Flash, so please note that. If you do any graphic design work, you're going to really like this third generation editor because you can drag and drop with real-time formatting. So that's a real great upgrade. And even when it comes to inserting sizes and imaging, you can actually edit within the block, where before we had to go into the edit menu for the images and things like that. So that's going to allow you to work quicker and smoother. The one thing to be aware of, if you have emails that were created after March 13th, they're going to automatically show up in this new integrated experience. Anything that was created before March 2013, that you would like to keep in your files, just go ahead and copy it and save it as a new draft. And just know that you have Pam, Lynn, and I, the three of us, are here to help you, as well as the customer service team for Constant Contact. Any questions about that, please go ahead and type them in, and Pam and Lynn and I will get back to answering them. So I want to move forward. I want to get to people's questions. And one of the questions that we got from Angie T. was, what do you do if you do not have a list of contacts? Well, you know, when we're starting out, nobody has a list of contacts, so we think. But you start with what you have. And so understand that it's going to take some time to grow your list. It's an ongoing process. No one expects you to all of a sudden start your business and have 1,000 people or 1,000 contacts in your list. And actually, the best Constant Contact works off a subscription list, and so if you have 500 or less, it's only $20 for the per month. So that's a really, really good deal. The nice thing about starting a list is you want to be organized and consistent. And I'm going to explain all of that as we go through it. And then you can use a combination of traditional and modern methods to have the best success. So when you want to start thinking about your list, think about gathering up your contacts. Who do you have in your database already? Do you have business cards that you've had lying around for the last networking event you went to? Why don't you go ahead and start entering those in? And if at all you're not sure how to start with your contacts, create an Excel spreadsheet. Keep everything in one column and then start first name, last name, email address, phone number, if those are the things that you need. Make sure as you are out networking, you have seeking out these opportunities. One of the things you want to remember is that when you're networking, just because I met you at an event doesn't mean that I automatically want to be added into your email list. The great thing is that it's so easy to ask. If I meet you at an event, I might say, hi, Sarah, how are you? Nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about what you do. We exchange cards. When I exchange cards with you, I'm going to say, thanks, Sarah. Can I add you to my mailing list? I send out a monthly email with updates and tips and tricks on workshops that I'm offering and just how to grow your business better with social media and email marketing. And so it's just a simple ask at the moment. Even though we do know people have that one-click option to unsubscribe, it really works better to build your list with permission-based emails. One of the tools that's available through Constant Contact is you can ask your friends and fans to join on Facebook. And so there is a tool. So if you go into under your contacts, under tools, there's going to be one that allows you to connect your Facebook account directly to Constant Contact. And if you don't know how to do that, send us a little note and offline, one of us will walk you through it. Excuse me. Also, establish an incentive to subscribe to your list. Sometimes if you have a free giveaway and everybody who signs up will get 10% off, or those of you who don't have products that you can give a discount to, you can do an e-guide or a white paper giving them the top 10 tips on your business. And then don't forget to ask your best customers to join. A lot of times we forget that, just ask the people who have already been a part of our business, can I have your email list? Can I add you your email? Can I add you to my list? So you want to cover all your bases. You want to organize your database into lists. And when I'm talking about lists, I'm talking about segmenting them by your customers' interests. So if you are a pet store, you may segment your list by dog owners, cat owners, and bird owners. So that way you are really specifically targeting your customers by their interests. Create a sign-up form. We all are so digitally oriented, but still you can actually do a sign-up form with paper and pen. The other thing you have to remember that somebody has to type all of those pieces in. So if you don't have a staff or time to do that, you might want to really encourage people to go to your website and you should have an embeddable form where people can sign up. And if you're not sure how to code that, right there in that contacts in the tools, that also gives you the sign up tool for embedding the website. And then you can also do a setup text to join keyword, which I absolutely love. If you are at a trade show and everybody's not going to get a chance to say hello to you, you can create a keyword. For me, my word is just my name, Twanda, and they can text to join 22828. Send that text and it gives them a series of prompts that allows them to join your list. We also have QR codes. QR codes are not dead, and you can actually set up the QR code and take them directly to join your list. We talked about the Facebook app, and then those of you who haven't downloaded Constant Contact Mobile, give that a shot, and that'll give you an opportunity. I also encourage you to train your staff to ask. At the point of sale, a lot of times we forget to say, can I add you to my list? over the phone. We talked about text to join. Have people memorize it. One of the things you want to remember, added tip, is with the text to join and your keyword, you cannot change it for 60 days. So knowing that, please pick your word carefully. And this is the text to join contacts. This is a salon, and they actually chose their keyword. Here is an A-frame that they had and the text to join sign, and then it goes to the email. So it's a very simple process. So question 2, Pam, are you ready?
I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes, good. We can't see you. I was worried.
I'm going to turn my camera back on, and okay. Well, Shelley asked, can Constant Contact take event registrations? And the answer is yes, yes, yes. And it's very easy. 3 steps. You're going to create an event, you're going to publish an event, and you're going to promote an event. So, and then it's very easy to manage it. So if we can go to the next slide, that would be fantastic. If you are using the old dashboard right now, which you soon will be, and we're, by the way, very thrilled that you'll all be using the same dashboard very soon. Yay! But if you're using the old one, you're going to find event spots up at the top of your window. And then number 2, you're going to click on Create. If we can go to the next slide, I'll show the new window. And it will look like this if you have the new dashboard already. You're going to click on Campaigns. You're going to second click on Create, and then there will be a drop-down, and you will click on Collect Event Registrations. Next slide, please. Real simple. Once you click to create that event, you're going to fill out a basic form, and then at the bottom of that form, you're going to click to continue, and you'll go to a few more screens where you're filling out information. But the wizard pretty much walks you through the information you're going to need to put into your event. Next slide, please. Okay, and then it's great. So you're going to complete the setup, and then you're going to publish it. So there's a couple more items. You're going to be able to customize your registration form and your notifications. When people register, they'll get a notification that they've registered. By the way, often when you register for one of our events, you're using this system. We use it also, all the time. And then last but not least, make sure you check the box next to event page, because it will create an event landing page for you. And then you're going to publish it. You're going to make the event live. Now, at that point, don't worry. You can go back and edit if you realize you need to change something. And you can close your event for a minute and reopen it. There's a lot of options in it. Next slide, please. Now, when it comes to promoting it, you can send out an email with a link in it. If you notice, there's a register link down at the bottom, and that link will take someone to that landing page where they can actually register. And you can also promote it socially. So if you click on the post that I have, if you clicked in there, then it would take you to the email, which the email then takes you to the registration place. Next slide, please. So the wonderful thing about doing registrations in Constant Contact, everything's in one spot, and you have one dashboard to control everything. Alrighty, and this is what the landing page is. So when you send out your email, you really don't need a map of where to go and all that, unless the person's interested in going and signs up. So that's when it comes to the landing page, you have more information. That way you can keep your email short and sweet and to the point. Next slide, please. When they click registration, this is your form that you've created is going to come up, and it allows you to collect the data that you need for that information. Now, don't collect more than you need, because people will be tempted to not fill it out or abort your site. Okay, next slide, please. And last but not least is once you get all this done, where you published and promoted your event, you're going to have a dashboard to control this. by the way, I'm doing a very quick sweep over this because we do a workshop on this that it's just totally about this for a couple hours. And anyway, so I apologize if this is a little quick, and I don't expect that you're just going to totally get it from what I've said, but I wanted you to see what you can do with it, and that yes, the answer is yes, we can do registrations in there. So you can promote it. You can promote your event onto your Facebook right from here. You can send out email invitations right from here. All kinds of things. You can feed your events into your web page, into your emails, future events. Next slide, please. And this is a link to a video. We're not going to play the video because it's an instructional video and you'll be here for a while. But if you want to get a head start on doing events, you can go ahead and go here and get it. We'll also have this address in the slide deck. Next slide, please. And we are here to help you. So reach out to the three of us. If you're setting up your first event and you just want to make sure that you've set up everything right, we would be happy to go through it with you and make sure you're on the right track. Next slide, please. Okay.
Thanks, Pam. Ruby, take it over. Or Lynn. Lynn Ruby.
My goodness, Twanda, you don't know what to call me this morning, do you?
I know, Pam, Lynn, Ruby. I feel like a mother with 5 kids. You know which one I'm talking to, though.
Right, right.
Oh, well, thank you. So Edie is asking, she says she's needing some help setting up her page and sending emails. So I wanted to, we actually get this question quite a lot. It's really, you know, okay, I've got an account and now what do I do? And I know Chris, who I think is still on the call with us, we just got her into a trial account and I know this will help you, Chris. So here we go. There are many, many, many ways for you to educate yourself about how to use your Constant Contact account and get it set up correctly. And depending on how you like to learn, I want to share with you a variety of different ways for you to get that education so that you can get up and running with your Constant Contact account. So number one is to watch Constant Contact's training videos. Constant Contact has created a whole series of training videos that I will show you in a minute where to find them. And you know what the best thing about these training videos in my mind is that they're all relatively short. They're like under 5 minutes, every single one of them so far that I've found in the series, so that you can absorb it in really quick pieces, go and implement it, and then come back and get yourself educated with another 2 to 3 or 4 minute video about the next piece that you need to learn. So number one is watch Constant Contact's training videos. Number two, Tawanda, is attend a Getting Started webinar. So in addition to training videos, Constant Contact has Getting Started webinars that occur literally around the clock practically. They're at least once a week, sometimes even more often. I'll show you in a second where to find those. And number three, to get yourself off to a good start, is to, again, contact one of us, right? We are here to help you. We can answer your questions. We can direct you in the right way. We can tell you. Some of the best things we do is just to say, okay, relax. It's not something that you have to get all under your belt in 5 minutes. We're here to help in whatever speed that takes for you, and to just kind of say, cut through the frustration and say, okay, you know, we'll hold your hand through it. So those are the three ways. If we go to the next slide, I'll show you where to find the Constant Contact training videos. So when you are in your Constant Contact account, if you go to, hold on a second here, see the red circle that I put there? That is your little help button up in the upper right-hand corner. Click on help, go to the next screen, and then what you will see after clicking on help, next screen, Twanda, there we go. You will see right there in the middle, watch our video tutorials. So you can go there to find the videos. And in addition, if you scroll to the bottom of this help page, I want to show you something really cool. Next screen, Twanda. If you scroll to the bottom of this page, you will see this link called Get Started Fast. And once you click on Get Started Fast, go ahead to the next screen, Twanda, you will find a list of trainings that you can dive into, and these are the ones that I was telling you that are about less than 5 minutes each. So if you need help with a very specific thing, for example, adding images, you click that and you'll be taken to a short little video that tells you all about images. If you're trying to figure out how do you schedule, you've got an email created, but how do I schedule and send it? Click on Schedule and Send an Email and find your answer to that. I really love this idea of putting things in short little bursts of education for you so that you can go in, get what you need specifically, and get back to your business, right? So that you can make email marketing work for you, but not spend a whole lot of time on it. So that's where you find a whole bunch of training videos that Constant Contact has created specifically for you. So next screen, Twanda. Attend a Getting Started webinar. So if you are the kind of learner who wants to sit down and be taken from A to Z about getting started with Constant Contact, and you like hearing things verbally and seeing them on screen demonstrated, a Getting Started webinar might be perfect for you. So these are webinars that are beginner level, product focused. So if you go to a Getting Started webinar on email, you'll only be talking about email. If you go to a Getting Started webinar on the Event Spot module, you'll only be talking about the Event Spot module. That was what Pam was just talking about it. So they last 45 to 60 minutes. They're usually at about 10 a.m. Pacific, and they cover email, autoresponders, and events. So email is every Tuesday and I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Getting Started with autoresponders and or events is Monday, Wednesday. So next slide. So these are for new Constant Contact users. So if you're new, the Getting Started webinars are great. And if you're somebody who's got email under your belt and you want to learn more about the event module in Constant Contact, if you want to do that new campaign type, then a webinar on the Event Spot module might be perfect for you. So here's where you find the list of Getting Started webinars and signing up for them. You go to, I know this is a little confusing URL, blogs.constantcontact.com/events/tag/daily+2+UR+product. I think if you go to the next screen, I have an easier URL for you. No, I don't. Oh, so go back one if you would. Here's what you might want to do. Go to blogs.constantcontact.com/events. All right? Scroll to the bottom and put in a keyword to search through all of the events for Getting Started webinar. And that should pop up all of the webinars that are coming up that are available for beginners and for those interested in new campaign types. So blogs.constantcontact.com/events, and then do your searching within there. And next screen's Tawanda. And then finally, contact one of us. We're here to help, right? You should have we'll share the contact information again at the end, but reach out to us and we'll steer you in the right direction and get you going with email marketing. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Lynn. One of the things, too, is if you have the email basic program and you have maybe a couple events that you want to do a year, when Pam was talking about events and Lynn, you can actually do it a la carte. So you don't have to upgrade to the Total Email Plus package to get access to the events. You can buy it, purchase it a la carte. But it is one of the products that you do, the tools you do get if you have the Email Plus campaign. And we can help you upgrade if you need information on how to do that or you're not sure. And the great thing is that my next question was about surveys. And surveys is also part of the Email Plus subscription. And you can also buy these a la carte as well. So the question from Celeste was, how can using surveys help me grow my business? Well, we do know that anytime we understand our audience better, it's going to make us a better marketer. And we all know at Constant Contact, we want to hashtag be a marketer. So I guess to be a better marketer, surveys help you because it teaches you the importance of listening. You know, your customers are talking to you. Are you listening to what they say? We can make informed decisions that keep our customers coming back. So we don't want to dismiss what they have to say. And so by taking or offering a survey, it's a great way to get input from your customers. The key to taking a survey or offering a survey is you really want to know your objective. You don't, you know, what's the end goal that you want to have once the survey is completed. You need to know how to, what's going to help you make your business more successful. What kind of action will you need to take? You should only plan to ask one thing so someone can stay focused. If you ask me 3 or 4 or 5 questions, I can answer them, but I might get off track. So really hone in on what's important that you want to know from your customers and your clients. The other thing is that if you ask them a question, you should also be ready to have an action associated with it. So if I'm taking a poll or survey and I want to know how many times do you want to receive an e-newsletter, I can give you the option of monthly, quarterly, bi-monthly. But if I say daily, and people pick daily, am I really prepared to actually send out an email daily? The answer is no. So keep that in mind. Yeah, you guys are laughing. There's no way we can do a daily email.
Yeah.
There is one person who took a class from me and they send out a daily e-newsletter and it's with a motivational tip, but they also send out a monthly newsletter. And I just don't know when the daily newsletter comes out and which one is which. And so I end up not reading any. So you don't want to keep that in mind. You don't want to ever overflood somebody with too many emails. Okay, and here's just some quick tips when you're thinking about your survey. If you want to ask people about your Facebook post and you want to find out if they read it, you don't send out a survey that says, find out if people read our Facebook post. You're going to really ask them more detailed questions. Do you prefer photos or links to articles? So it's very definitive in what you're asking them. Do they like our products? Okay, yeah, we like them. So how has that helped you? Do you like our t-shirts? Yes, that's helped us. That doesn't help you. So think very specific. Do you think our shirts fit true to size or run small or large? So it's very clear what they're answering for you. And those are answers that are going to help you make your business decisions. I do a lot of events to ask, did they like our event? Yes, I liked it. Okay, that didn't help me. I need a little bit more information. Did they like the layout of our event venue? Was the program too short, too long, just right? Do you prefer a plated dinner or a buffet? So those objectives and those questions are very specific and definitive in the answers. There are a few types of surveys that you can send out. You can send them through the email and or social media. And a survey actually tends to be longer. It doesn't have to be. I would segment it by your audience, by your interest. Don't make them too long. When you are sending a survey, I do like to let people know it's going to be 5 quick questions. It's going to take you 60 seconds. Whatever it's going to take them, let them know. And you're more apt to get more people return them if they know up front it's going to take them 2 minutes. If they know it's going to take them 5 minutes. If you just want to do a quick poll, if you have one question you want to get a little insight on, push it out through the email, and it's called a poll. And these are all options, the types of surveys you can send out through Constant Contact. And one of the things I encourage people to do is ask for reviews. You know, ask readers to rate your organization or your business. Ask them for specific feedback or their product experience. I know that as I am out and I'm a consumer, I like to look at the reviews before I purchase. I like to know what people are doing and if their items, you know, deliver on what they say. And it's great to see what other people have to say. There's a simple checklist when you're putting a survey together. You want to also make sure that even though it's a survey, use consistency in your branding, personalize it. I talked about it before. Clearly state the purpose. Clearly state any incentives. If you're going, after completing the survey, I'm going to send you a $5 Starbucks card. Great. Let people know that up front. Give them that incentive to get it filled out. Specify how much time it's going to take, and let them know you're going to keep the results confidential. And make sure that your call to actions are clearly displayed. Include a close date so people know, I might, if I really like you and I want to help and answer your question, I may not be able to get to it right then, but if I know I have, 48 hours, or if I have a week to get to it, I will note that. And include a thank you upon completion. Everybody likes to be thanked for giving their time. And so, and then also, once the survey is completed and you've implemented some of the suggestions that have come through, that's also a press release that you can send out to your clients, letting them know that their suggestions were taken into account, and it gives them a buy-in to your organization. All right, so time to switch now. Pam.
All righty. So Patty asked, can you download emails? And the answer is yes. And you want to download. Next screen. And by the way, you can download those as PDFs, JPEGs, or PNGs.
Oops.
Next screen, please.
There you go. Oh, next one. Are you done, Pam?
There, Twanda?
Yes. Pam?
Okay, thank you, Twanda. So the next screen, yeah, I'm here. Good, thank you for, no, go back one. Okay, there we go. The second thing you're going to do is once you find that email that you want to download, you're going to go to the Actions button on the right. It has a little drop-down arrow. You're going to choose Download. And let's go to the next screen. Actually, Twanda, can we go back to that one? I know I'm making you flip back and forth, and I'm sorry. So why do you save emails? Some people want to save them so they can create a flyer. If somebody hasn't joined the mailing list, then they can use that flyer for those folks. Or you can download it in a file and save it to your, upload it to your website and build the archive library of your past emails. They're perfect for newsletters if you have a group that's using newsletters. Next slide, please. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fill out the options. What kind of file do you want? Do you want a PDF, a JPEG, or a PNG? What size do you want? What orientation do you want? Portrait or landscape? And then you can scale it on that size of paper. And then you have a choice of having that color, or if you click the box that says grayscale, you can have it black and white. And then last but not least, you're going to click on the download button, and that when you download it, it's going to save it in your download file on your computer. Next screen, please.
Is there another slide, Pam? I think that's it.
Oh, okay. What's the next slide? Is that one of yours?
It's Lynn's next question.
That's mine.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Pam.
So I have a question from Joanna, and I'm going to give you a quick heads up. This is a boring question and a boring answer.
Yeah, you bet.
And so, however, I'm going to try to explain this in a way that makes sense to people and that is useful for you, okay? Before that, I wanted to say a shout out to Amanda. It's good to see you here, and Carol too. I see your issue with the Facebook thing, and I'll get to you. So what is a suspended email, and what, if anything, should I do with it? Joanna is asking this question. After you send an email and you go into your reporting and you can see how good your email did in terms of deliverability, and you can see what emails were successfully sent and which emails were not successfully sent. And when you click on those results, you can find a list of email addresses which are classified as suspended. And I get a lot of questions about what the heck is suspended. I understand blocked and non-existent and undeliverable, but what the heck is suspended? And is there anything I need to do with those email addresses that are categorized as suspended? So let me explain to you as simply as I can what suspended means, and then what, if anything, you need to do with those addresses that are in your database that are classified as suspended. So if we go to the next screen, I want to create a little story for you. Tawanda, next screen.
That it is. That's not it.
There we go. Whoop. Yes, that's good. So this is, that's it, yep. So let's say that we have constant contact user A, and who is not you. That's the key, all right? Constant contact user A sends an email to their list, and on their list is lisa@gmail.com, david@hospital.com, and sam@aol.com, all right? User A sends out their email, and then 24 hours later they look at their results and they see that the email was successfully sent to Lisa, it was successfully sent to David, but Sam@AOL.com, his email address bounced. And the reason for his bounce was because it was a non-existent email address. So what happens is that Constant Contact puts him in a little holding cell and says, Sam, you're on a 15-day hold because you bounced, because we got the response that your address is non-existent. So Sam is on a 15-day hold. So if we go to the next slide, Tawanda, because along now comes you as a Constant Contact user. If we can get to the next slide. There we go. So you are Constant Contact user B. So you come along sometime within that 15-day hold period, okay? So maybe 3 days after user A sends out their email, you come bopping along and you send an email to your list. And your list includes Coco@Chanel.com, Shaq@NBA.com, and Sam@AOL.com. He's on your list too. So when you look at your results, you see that Coco was successful, Shaq was successful, but Sam@AOL.com, this is the first time you've ever tried to send an email to Sam, and you see that Sam is listed as on hold or suspended. And you're like, well, why should Sam be suspended from me? It's the first time I've ever sent to Sam, okay? It doesn't make sense, right? It's because somebody else within Constant Contact, user A, tried to send to Sam, and Sam bounced as non-existent, and he's in that 15-day holding cell, okay? So he is listed as suspended in your results. Perfect. Now, let's say 15 days is over. Sam is let out of his holding cell, okay? Along comes Constant Contact user C after 15 days and sends an email to their list. And their list is going to aid@whitehouse.gov, libby@beans.com, and there's Sam again at AOL.com. So Sam is up for a second chance. Kind of look at it that way. What happens is, I didn't change the slide, but so Constant Contact user C's, that should say aid@whitehouse was successful, libby@beans.com was successful, and Sam gets another try here. So here's what happens after that 15-day hold. If Sam bounces again as non-existent, then he gets put on indefinite hold, and he will appear as suspended in user A, user B, and user C's reports. Sam is kind of out, okay? If the send is successful to Sam, then that hold is removed and Sam is cleared for every user's list. So that's what suspended is. Now, why does Constant Contact do that? The reason Constant Contact does this is because they want, as a whole company, they want their send to their send rate, their successful send rate to be very successful, and they want your send rate to be very successful. So for those emails that are consistently bouncing as non-existent, we're going to take them out of the possibility of even sending to, so that your success rate is higher in terms of sends, and Constant Contact success rate as sends is higher as a company as a whole. So let's go to the next slide and talk about what to do with those suspended email addresses. So if you look at your list of suspended email addresses and you see sam@aol.com is on a suspended list, and I know for sure that Sam is really valid and that that email address is good, so something's going on here. So do a little bit of investigation. First, check for typos, make sure it's entered correctly. Maybe the dot is missing or the @ symbol is missing something. If that's the case, fix it, okay? Reach out. If everything looks good with the spelling of Sam's email address, then reach out to Sam or his ISP, which would be AOL.com, and ask them to whitelist Sam's email address. And I have listed here, if you go into your help feature and search on FAQ 1773, you will get the exact instructions on how to reach out to your contact and their ISP. If you see a lot of emails that are suspended from one particular ISP like yahoo.com or comcast.com, call Constant Contact telephone support. They have a lot of experience working with the bigger ISPs, internet service providers, and can help you get those emails through. And then if it's a smaller ISP, then again, search for FAQ 1773. They have sample letters for you to send to Sam, the person you're trying to send the email to, and to, in his case, AOL.com, to try to get his email address cleared for delivery. I think I have one more slide. Yes. Then if you come to the conclusion that, you know, Sam at AOL.com, that's a bad email address, you would be wise to remove those email addresses from your list because Constant Contact's not going to send to them anyway, and they're just dead weight on your list. So manage your list well and remove those suspended email addresses that you know are truly suspended and aren't good, and you'll have better open rates and lower bounce rates, and you'll have a cleaner list as well. It's important to keep your list managed well. So that's the answer to a very technical, boring question. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. Much appreciation. We also have some other events that are coming up, but Lynn, before I go to this, there were a few questions that came in earlier. I haven't opened them up on my screen just because when I do it, it just interferes with the presentation. So are there a couple things we can answer quickly? I know we're at about 9:49.
So Chris asked, does Sam bounce the email himself?
No. The answer is that Sam's ISP is bouncing that. Sam's ISP is not letting that email through to Sam because the ISP is saying that it's non-existent.
Great.
Little Sam.
The great thing is that you know that versus not knowing it.
Absolutely. And you want to get those people off of your list because if you're at the point of just about to go up to the next level, if you have, 50, 75 people who are suspended or bounced, take them out.
Yeah. No reason to pay for bounced email addresses.
No. Lynn,
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
There was another question that came in this morning.
Yes. So Judy, who I see is on the call, and we kind of answered this, but let's dive a little bit deeper into it. She says, is networking the best way to get emails for my business? And you touched on that a little bit in the beginning, Twanda, but maybe you want to elaborate because she's asking, is that the best way?
Well, there's no best way. There's multiple ways for everybody. So it depends on you, what your business is. What I don't recommend you do is buy leads for your business. So I am a networker. I love to socialize with folks. I like to get out and see what's going on, who's doing what, press my palm to people's hands. So that's a great way. But if you don't have a lot of networking opportunities, you can even start out with your friends and family. Who do they know that might be interested in your business? Can they contact? Can they share? Will they share their contact information with you? Or will they forward your email explaining who you are? So there are many different ways. But networking for me, I love it.
I agree. However, I loved your point earlier about making sure to ask permission when you're in a networking environment to add somebody to your list. I actually get very irritated if I meet somebody at a networking event, they have my card, I give them my card for whatever reason, and then I find I'm on there and they start sending me their emails that I didn't give them permission to send. And that's not the position that you want to be in as the sender of those emails.
And I know we've all gone to chamber meetings and suddenly we're somebody's friend that we have no idea who they are.
Yes. Lots of friends.
You know,
and then there's one more. There's one more question, but
okay.
If you have something else, okay.
No, I was going to just reiterate that, that thought. I did a webinar the other day, and they were asking about, oh, well, should I just download my LinkedIn list, upload it into my Constant Contact account? Well, everyone that I'm connected with on LinkedIn, I don't really know them. And so, and their preference may be LinkedIn because that's how they connected with me. So I wouldn't automatically assume that they want to be contacted like that. So my answer for that one is no as well. You know, work on the people, ask permission. Just get permission to talk to the people that you want to share your information with.
Absolutely.
All righty.
And so then our final question came from Frank, and he says, what software is best and cheapest? And I'm going to assume that he's asking about email marketing software because I don't know what software specifically he's asking about, and we're talking about email marketing software today. And so I'd like to answer that because I get this question quite a bit. So what email marketing program is right for me as a business owner? And I want to share the reason that this is my personal thoughts. These are my personal thoughts. The reason that I have chosen to affiliate myself with Constant Contact specifically versus any of the others, and there are many others out there that are competitors of Constant Contact. And I will be very honest with you, I've worked in almost all of them, and every single one of them have their quirks and their irritations, including Constant Contact. There's no perfect software out there to begin with, okay? So the reason I chose to affiliate myself with Constant Contact and my business with Constant Contact after having worked in many, many of those other programs was for several reasons. Number one was the fantastic customer support that Constant Contact has, and the fact that when you call up and ask a question of them and you're struggling with whatever issue it is, they will help you until the very bitter end, and you will leave that call never once feeling like you asked a stupid question. They are very kind and very nice and very patient with you. The second reason I really like Constant Contact is because they are the only company that provides email marketing software at this level of pricing and this level of functionality that also provides people for you in the field like me, Twanda, and Pam to actually be here and do live events for you and do webinars for you and help and educate you and hold your hand through this whole process. So none of the others do that. So those are the two big reasons that I have chosen Constant Contact as whom I want to affiliate myself with and why I recommend them. They are in some cases cheaper than others. They are in other cases more expensive than others. But to me, those two overriding factors of the customer support and the in-the-field experts overrides everything. So those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours as well, Pam and Twanda.
You know, I just want to add to that. I think we all started out as customers of Constant Contact, and we probably investigated all those other guys. And why I landed on using Constant Contact, because I was a user first, was because of those exact reasons.
Yeah.
I agree. And I was a user as well before I became an authorized expert. But look at this next slide. Look at those 3 fabulous faces. If you don't, that alone should be why you should be a Constant Contact member. And just to reiterate the live events that we do, we have some upcoming ones. You can always, for those of you who are not in Arizona, you can always go to the blogs constantcontact.com/events and search by state, and you can find whatever workshops or webinars are happening in your state. I am in the Pacific Northwest for the summer, so you guys will catch me by webinars for the next few months, but my next one is actually this Saturday. I'm going to be talking about the basics of social media. And it's a Saturday 10 a.m. and that's something new I'm trying. It's the second time I'm doing a Saturday morning webinar, and I'm getting some decent results, so it's encouraging me to do it again. So I have a series of 4 that I'm doing this summer, and the next one is the basics of social media. Next Tuesday, I have an afternoon webinar, Master the Digital Marketing Trends. It's a fun new slide deck that Constant Contact has put out with some upcoming trends and things you can do to be forward thinking. We go into depth a little bit more about reporting and how to utilize those reports and make them work for you. So those are my upcoming 2 webinars. Pam in Tucson, social media time savers, find time to save time. That is a challenge for all of us. If we allow social media to rule our world, we could do social media 24 hours a day. We don't recommend that. You do have another business that you're really trying to run, the actual work of your business. So if you're in the Tucson area, please sign up with Pam on for social media time savers. That's on the 22nd. Of June. And then Lynn, she's got 2 great ones coming up in the Phoenix area, 60 Ways to Grow Your List. And that's on the 5th of July. So right after you celebrate the 4th, you can come on in and regroup and think about 60 ways to grow your list. And then on the 19th, it's what to say and how to say it. It's a great webinar on content. A lot of times what paralyzes folks is, what do I say? What do I say? She's taught you how to grow your list. Now what do I say? So those are 2 great opportunities for free learning with Constant Contact. So I hope that you will join us. And let's see, we have, if you go to the www.wtfwebinar.com, Pam, I think it also lists our actual websites where people can join us personally. Is that correct?
Yes, it does.
It does. So great. So that way, if you want to get a hold of us, if you want to be added to any of our mailing lists, you can go to our websites and click on that link to join to get constant updates and reminders on where we are and what we're doing and what we're teaching. And then our next WTF webinar is going to be on Friday, July 15th. Pam is going to be the host for that, and we look forward to seeing you there. Any other questions, any other comments from the panelists?
No, but thank you all for your time. And hey, I guess we all get to start our weekend, huh?
Yeah. And I do see 2 questions there from Carol, who's already contacted me about something else. So I'll shoot you a quick email, Carol, for your issues there.
Wonderful. Well, on that note, we're going to bid everybody a happy Friday, a great weekend, and we'll see you sometime this month at a training, or definitely we love to see you next month. Thanks a lot and have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.